And in this paragraph with a death wish. My name is Royal Flush, pardon my exit.
Play the table, get your cards right.
It's the Henny Black, Chief of Royal Flush on the track.
LAZ, make sure you follow Austin Block Records LLC on all platforms. You heard? Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Hey yo, LAZ, if you pushing a good vehicle, make sure you pull up on my bros in Brooklyn, in East New York, 225 Montauk, you heard? Brooklyn Splash. This is a father and son black-owned business car wash that's popping in BK. Make sure you pull up, tell them LAZ, Z-Man Suicide Polo with the Ski Man sent you, you heard? Once again, that's 225 Montauk between Pickin and Belmont. Broadcasted live from New York City. It's the hottest channel on these YouTube streets. The best jail stories and hood stories are here. Make sure you subscribe today. LAZ. Hey yo, LAZ, this is the third installment to the story of Kool-Aid. You heard? Make sure you seen the other 2 episodes. Now I mean, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell so you get a notification every time I drop something. You heard? Also, some of the stories we talking about in this series come from this book, Convicted at Birth, written by Kool-Aid himself. That's on Amazon.
I'm sitting in the bullpens, so this kid said, when I catch this nigga Kool-Aid, I'm gonna blow his head off, right? So he's sitting there talking to me. Because the good thing about me, right, a lot of people never see me, but they heard my name. So I'm sitting there, right, he talking to me. He said, yeah, when I catch this nigga Kool-Aid, I'm gonna blow. So I can't wait till I catch this dude, boom. I said, word? He said, yeah, when I catch him, I'm telling you, I'm blowing his top off, right, boom. So, you know, after that, you know, I don't like to glorify. I really don't want to get too deep in it. So, you know, what he said he was going to do to me happened to him right there. You see what I'm saying? So, man, I was illiterate when I went to jail at 19. I was illiterate. I couldn't read and write. At 19, I couldn't read and write. I was illiterate. I remember being on Rikers Island. I used to have, like, dudes reading my mail for me. I said, yo, I'll give them a mail. Yo, check this out. What this girl talking about? And then they'd tell me, boom, I said, oh, because I can't read, but they don't know I can't read, so they read my mail for me. And so, and that made me a little more aggressive too. Not even though I had a terrible childhood, a terrible upbringing, the inability to read also makes you frustrated and ready just to rumble, just to be mean. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what's going on. It's like going in your house right now, right? And all your lights is off. It's pitch black, and you got to go to the bathroom in the dark. You got to cook in the dark. You got to do, and this is how unable to read. This is how it is. Just like you're in the dark. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And so when I learn, and now when you learn how to read, it's like someone turned on the lights for you and made you go into the bathroom, cooking in the kitchen much easier. You see what I'm saying? So it was like it was hectic. You know what I'm saying? So school wasn't really. We had to go to school and stuff like that, but man, I wasn't going to school. I was a class clown. I wasn't, because I was always taught that I was stupid, that I'll be nothing. This is by my father. So I believed this. I accepted this from, you know what I'm saying? It's called a self-fulfilling prophecy. This is what it was a person constantly telling you, you're going to be nothing, you're going to be nothing, you dumb. You start to walk into those footsteps and becoming exactly that. And that's what happened with me, you know what I'm saying? So when I went to prison at 19, I couldn't read and write.
That's deep shit. And then, you know, a lot of dudes don't understand that if someone can't read and write, they know that other people is cruel with that shit. Like, they won't understand that you may have had a fucked up upbringing where school, you didn't really hit the nail on the head with school. They'll just be trying to make fun of a motherfucker who can't read and write. And that make a nigga just want to go upside heads.
Exactly, that's because you're already frustrated based on that, right? But then again, there's so many people, man, we rather understand, we rather be understood rather than understand. So we don't have that empathy because, you know, if you can read and write, you know, it's so many people, I call it, I always tell people, listen, man, don't burn down the college once you graduate. And that's what so many people do because they learned, they became a certain status in life. They could read, they could write, they'll belittle those who can't. know what I'm saying, forgetting that once upon a time, you couldn't read or write. But this was happening because, especially as children, children don't bite their tongue. So my sisters used to tease me. My sisters used to tease me and stuff like that because I couldn't read and write. They used to ask me to spell certain words and stuff like that, and they know I couldn't do it. But now they come to me for certain things. They come to me and ask me certain questions about life and stuff like that because I evolved. And that's the important thing to do.
Crazy thing is, I just was mentioning it on an interview I did the other day on another channel. Like, a lot of people don't know, the government, they base the amount of prisons that they're gonna build on how many kids come out of the 3rd grade not being able to read in the cities. They know.
We're gonna talk about that. This getting ready to hang up, but we definitely gonna talk about that. How it's already set up for us to feel. How it's set up for us to feel, especially with the ignorance, the violence, and stuff like that. And prison is the ultimate goal for our inner city kids, and this is where they want them because this is their money maker. So this is the ultimate goal for them.
Was you ever in C-74?
I was in there back in the days for a minute though, because for a minute I was in Fort Building.
What year was that when you came through there?
87. Like 87, something like that.
How that shit was in 87?
It was off the hook, like cool, it was crazy, man. Young dudes, testosterone, high level testosterone flowing around, young dudes, everybody trying to make a name for themselves or hold up the name that they already made for themselves, or so they think, you know what I'm saying? So it was crazy. It was definitely hectic. Yeah. Even when I came through in 89, it wasn't the Ford building, it was the, I forgot, I went to Brooklyn House first, but even Rikers Island back then was, crazy. It's same, listen, it don't change, man. Only thing changing in this life, man, is technology, man. People stay the same, and the same thing that transpired back then is transpiring today, probably on a different level or whatever, but it's the same thing. People don't change, man. People still, we still got some lost young black brothers and sisters that they still trying to make a negative name for themselves, opposed to a positive name, so it don't change. But I remember, because when I came through, I had some beef. I remember I was in the bullpens one time. Right, I'm sitting in the bullpens. So this kid said, when I catch this nigga Kool-Aid, I'ma blow his head off, right? So he's sitting there talking to me. Cause the good thing about me, right, a lot of people never seen me, but they heard my name. So I'm sitting there, right, he talking to me. He said, yeah, when I catch this nigga Kool-Aid, I'ma blow. So I can't wait till I catch this dude. Boom. I said, word? He said, yeah, when I catch him, I'm telling you, I'm blowing his top off, right? Boom. So, after that, I don't like to glorify. I really don't want to get too deep in it. So, what he said he was going to do to me happened to him right there. You see what I'm saying? So, it's just crazy that people say things about people and don't even know how they look.
This call is from a federal prison.
This dude didn't even know that he was talking to the person he was looking for. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's mad stories. Then I had one dude, like, because before, when I was younger, my name was Junior. I'm named after my father. I'm a junior, so that's what most people knew me as, playing ball and stuff like that. And when I was boxing, dudes knew me as Little Junior. So you got some dudes that was looking for me, but didn't know that I became Kool-Aid. So when they met me, they met me in jail. They said, "Oh, so, yo, June, what's up, yo?" Yeah, and they started talking. I said, "That's me, man." He said, "Oh man, yo, you my man, you my man, yo, I was looking to do something to you, boom, boom." And and I just knew a lot of people from playing sports, but at that time I wasn't Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? I ain't become Kool-Aid till later on. So
how you got that name, Kool-Aid?
That's in my book too, man. That's why it's important. I want everybody to check my book out, man. My book is called Convicted at Birth, and my brother Jonah, rest in peace, he had gave me that name. We was playing basketball one time. This is when I was in the streets. This is when I had did something to a dude that was having sex with my moms, and my moms had kicked me out when I was like, I forgot what age I was. My moms had kicked me out, and Jonah and them family had took me in. He said, "Yo, come on, come to my house to eat." And I had started smiling because I was hungry. I was sleeping in the streets at that time. And he said, "Yo, come on, come on. He said, "Come on, Junior, we gonna go to my house and eat." And I started smiling. He said, "Come on with that big Kool-Aid smile," and it never left me after that. Okay, I want to say this too, that so to the dudes who still want to be gangsters, still want to be street, still want to come home and still want to be street, And if you want to come home, right, and you don't want to give yourself that chance to change, to become a man, because that's what men do. Men change for the better. But if you don't want to give yourself that chance and you want to take a chance and go back to the streets, when you take a dive, man, when you fall, stand up, man, have balls. Take your time. Take the time that you're supposed to get. Don't tell on nobody so you can get less time or whatever, boom, because you chose to go back to the streets when you had a second chance. You know what I'm saying? I'm referring to people like he came home and he brought me and my two co-defendants in for a 33-year-old case, and that's why I'm back in prison for a 33-year-old case. And me and my two co-defendants are out there doing good, doing fantastic, living good lives. I was talking to the youth. I created my own program. I had my own talk show. You know what I'm saying? I was going to colleges and doing speeches. And because he didn't feel that he could do right, he went back to doing wrong and he fell. And he brought people down with him for a 33-year-old case. You know what I'm saying? And I think y'all know too, though, that was my man Uwe from Brownsville. That was his co-defendant on the case. And you know, and that's what I'm saying. Just, have balls, man. If you say you gangster, stay gangster. I'm saying that's why it's important that people stay in their lanes, man, because if you don't stay in your lane, man, you're liable to crash. I just wanted to get that off, man, because, that pisses me off, man, when dudes just don't afford themselves the opportunity to do right. When they have the opportunity, man, they just ignore it, man, and take other people down with them. And that ain't cool, man. You know what I'm saying? That ain't cool at all. This dude, he admitted to being involved with 15 bodies, 15 murders. He got time served. He back in the streets doing what he do. And we made a change. We was making change. I was making a change in society. You know what I'm saying? I took that second chance as something important. Man, but that's why this justice, it ain't no justice system. It's an injustice system, man. But nevertheless, I'm still here. I'm still breathing. The groundhogs ain't bring me my mail yet, man. So it's all good, man. And and I don't have no ill feelings or anything towards them or whatever. But I'm not gonna lie. I would like to definitely have a little boxing match. We can have a little boxing match and donate the money to a charity or something like that. We can step in the ring and put some gloves on, like men. Because I'm finished with the streets, so I don't have to pick up no guns, and then we can pick up some leather gloves and go in the ring and square off and donate the money to charity. That's all I gotta say about that, man.
This call is from a federal prison.
That tell, they can say that they was loyal to their family, right? I'm telling, right, because I want to get out this position, whatever, because I'm loyal to my wife, because I'm loyal to my children. But if they look at the word loyalty for real, man, the streets is going to vacuum you eventually. Either you're going to get murdered in the streets or you're going to go to jail and you ain't going to have nobody to tell on. So if you're sincerely loyal to your family, your family, you would do the right thing so you could stay with them, man. You could stay with them, but you know the streets eventually going to take you. So dudes, man, they don't know what they loyal to. If they loyal to their family, man, you can't be loyal to the streets and loyal to to your family. You can't. It just ain't gonna work. You can't straddle the fence. When you straddle the fence, you got to fall on one side of the fence. Eventually, your legs gonna get tired. You got to fall when you straddle the fence. So you should determine what side you want to be on prior to you falling, and just pick a side and stay there. And it's cool. Cause my change made me feel good. I feel good. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my legacy to be the murderer, the Kool-aid, the murderer. He killed people. He did this. This is my third murder, man, that I'm convicted for. My third murder. I don't want to be my legacy. Nah. I don't want fear no more. I want respect, man. Because a person who respects you will kill for you. A person who fear you will kill you. And I want to thank you for the platform too, Les. This is a good thing you're doing, man. But a lot of these dudes, they just glorify negativity. And I understand that people want to see. That's why people go to movies. They go to action movies to see action, right? But we got to know, man, this is reality, man. That's a movie. A lot of them movie stars, Denzel Washington, Will Smith, and all, they going back to mansions after that, living a lavish life. They not going back to the hood, so it's only a movie. But we get caught up, man. We get caught up with real life and comparing it to movies, man. And I know people want this entertainment. I got many stories. I could entertain you. But at the end of that entertainment, man, I'm going to take you back and show you that that's nothing, man. The ramifications behind that wrong is more powerful than the wrong itself, man.
Yeah, on my channel, man, I try not to. I be having to put dudes in their place sometimes when dudes be leaving comments like, yo, this joint was boring, lads. And I be telling dudes, man, yo, listen, bro, y'all niggas ain't gonna get the helicopter crash and the car chase in the first 5 minutes of every story, my nigga. Sometimes you gotta sit here and listen to what a dude is saying, and you'll learn something. You feel me? If you just want to hear how many niggas got stabbed and cut, then this ain't the channel for you, bro. Cause on this shit right here, we talking about real life. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes it do get action packed, but other times we just talking about the psychology of this whole shit.
And see, but a lot of times we so used to negativity, man. We make normalcy abnormal, man. You see what I'm saying? And it's normal to be a stand-up good person. It's normal. But where we come from, we make normalcy abnormality. You see what I'm saying? We make it abnormal. Nah. There's nothing wrong with being a good dude. Just think about this. Whoever got children that's listening to this podcast right now. You want your son, your little daughter, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, you want to teach them how to be murderers? Or you want to, if that's the point, you want to teach them to be that, why send them to school? Because you don't need your GED to kill nobody. You don't need your high school diploma or college degree to kill nobody. You send them to school because you want them to be good, outstanding citizens. So what's wrong with that? And we gotta wake up, man. We gotta wake up, man. Or we gonna find ourselves in predicaments that we really don't want to be in, man. We gotta wake up. It's important. But entertainment is good. So we could talk about our past, but man, we shouldn't live in it. No, it's good to talk about our past, but we shouldn't live in it. That's my point.
Yeah, man. I think it's gonna come a day soon where, you know, a lot of dudes we know, you included, somebody gonna realize that these stories is movie worthy. And you know, when I'm thinking about making movies, it's never just for entertainment.
But Michael K. Williams, I'm on the phone with this dude before he OD'd. He read my book and he wanted to do the movie to my book. Convicted at birth. You see what I'm saying? And when he died, man, I was devastated, man, because he said, I'm on the phone with him. He said, yo, Kool-aid, Smith & Wesson let me read your book, man. He said, yo, I'm doing a movie to your book. I'm doing a movie. I'm saying so.
I know it's going to be people out there that understand how high quality these stories are, and they could be made into motion pictures that'll change people's lives.
And in this paragraph with a death wish, my name is Roy Flush, pardon my exit.
Play the table, get your cards right.
It's the Henny Black, Chief of Royal Flush on the track.
LAZ, make sure you follow Austin Block Records LLC on all platforms. You heard? Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Hey, yo, LAZ, if you pushing a good vehicle, make sure you pull up on my bros in Brooklyn, in East New York, 225 Montauk, you heard? Brooklyn Splash. This is a father and son black-owned business car wash that's popping in BK. Make sure you pull up, tell them LAZ, Z-Man Suicide Polo with the Ski Man sent you, you heard? Once again, that's 225 Montauk between Pickin and Belmont.